Hey all, welcome to My Way Mysteries, the channel that brings you interdimensional content, which means that the readings are from a broad and expansive point of view as they are channeled through vast dimensions of space and time, and therefore should resonate with you guys whenever you come across them. So I'm doing a Nzunza reading again for you guys today, but today I'm gonna pull cards and see what comes out. Just see what what energies you guys are going through. Guys, remember I explained, I think it was May, when I said that there's kind of like this portal, the Stargate portal that is open up until the end of October, and it's rich in Nzunza energy. And so that's why I'm actually doing all these Nzunza readings within October, because obviously this portal is about to close type of thing. So I just want you to get the most, out of it, like up until then. It's not ukuthi after masevalekile like angazi inzunzi pelile or something, or like you're not going to be able to get your downloads or anything like that. No, but this portal just made it so that you know how they talk about the veil being thin. The veil between Wena and Nzunza was extremely thin during this time, and the energies were just so rich. They were just so potent, and yeah, that's why. So obviously the energies of the downloads will still happen after October, but once again, it's gonna be that thing where the veil is just gonna be way thicker. That's all. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, so I guess because of yesterday's reading, a lot of you guys are not just curious, but you were actually trying to tap into this love story that I was talking about between Nina and Nzunza. The beloved, that's what you are. Okay, I'm gonna talk a bit about that, right? So, a lot of times, why people cannot experience the love of Inzunza is obviously because you're still on this other part of the spectrum where you are more experiencing fear. You're more experiencing the part of Inzunza that feels more like animalistic instinct type of thing, that thing where all of a sudden this energy is just here. It didn't give you a chance to think about, the situation that just happened, but all of a sudden it's right at the forefront and it's defending you and it's standing up for you. And you perceive that to be you saying something that you shouldn't have said. You perceive that to be you having said something that you didn't even think about at first. You just said it, and imagine, you have said something that has broken someone's heart or whatever, not realizing, number one, what you said was true. And the reason why it was said like that is because Inzunza felt the unfairness in the situation, and that's why it stepped into the forefront to say, no, wait, you're wiling. Like, this is my person. This is my love. Don't speak to her like that. Don't speak to him like that. Like, I don't like the way you actually treat like this person of mine. Now, the reason why you're sometimes also not able, or it's hard for you to connect to this type of love, because it's very much not like the love within your physical reality. A lot of you are actually quite used to being not loved properly. Like, you're used to not having anyone stand up for you. You're used to not having anyone protect you, defend you. And more than that, you're used to being loved conditionally. That is to say, you're used to having to do something in order to be loved and having to shut certain parts of yourself down in order to receive the little breadcrumbs of love that you do receive. And even those of you that feel like, no, I don't receive breadcrumbs, I receive the whole loaf of love. Yes, but it's very conditional. There's certain parts of yourself that have had to die in order for you to receive that loaf. There's certain parts of yourself that will never see the light of day ever again. And you've told yourself it's for the best because the person that offers you the love told you that listen, it's better this way. And INZUNZA isn't like that. And that's where the inner conflict comes in. Being loved the way INZUNZA is able to love you is too much for some people. It's too heavy. That's what I was talking about yesterday. It's too intense. You start to get these feelings of how you don't deserve it and so forth. If INZUNZA said, I will love you only if you do this, then a lot of you would actually accept INZUNZA's love. You'd be okay with it. A lot of you would actually be connected with INZUNZA yako. If INZUNZA said, Monga yenza so, angithandi, but if you do this, then I do love you. Then to be honest, a lot of you, that bridge would have been created already. You would have been within matrimony. Nzunza yako embodiment would have been done. It would be easy. The reason why it's not easy is because you have been conditioned through the reality, through society, to only be accepted conditionally. And now here's this thing within you saying that it loves you in all your ways. That, yes, it's fine if you feel like that part of you has to change or that part of you has to change, but that's on you. Like, for it loves you in all your ways. And the only ways in which it would facilitate a change within you is if that change aims to align you to your most authentic self, to your most natural self. But the thing is, you've been conditioned to think that certain aspects of your natural self cannot be loved, cannot be accepted. It is particularly those parts that you put away. It is particularly the most natural parts of you, the most authentic parts of you that you put away because somebody or certain people or a certain group or community may not accept you because of these certain aspects of yourself. And those are the aspects of yourself that connect you to INZUNZA. The parts of yourself that are what I would say the purest, not pure as in the most good or whatever, not in that way. Yes, they are the most good parts of you, but they are the most good parts of you because they're real. I'm going to make an unconventional example because it doesn't help to make a conventional one. It doesn't prove my point. For example, let's say you are an expert in war. You know how to argue elegantly. You know how to win an argument beautifully. You know how to make the other person surrender their argument when it has less value than yours. You are able to make the other person understand the fact that their argument is of less value than yours based on the points that are being brought up in the argument. You may have been conditioned to just think that that's not good. it's wrong that you are able to do that. What is good is to surrender, even if you know that your argument is better than the others. And so this conditioning through time, maybe through your bloodline, has made you a person that is weak, has made you a person that is a pushover. Not understanding that that part of you where you are an expert at war, that's also where your Nzunza is, because that is a natural part of you. So to turn your back against that part of you is to turn your back on INZUNZA and ultimately turn your back on yourself. INZUNZA loves you that way because that is who you naturally are. That seems to be a gift that is within your bloodline. But you have interpreted the times that you are in as a time that would never accept that version of yourself. And so you shun that part of yourself. You ultimately shun that love that INZUNZA will give that part of yourself. You ultimately shun INZUNZA. Now, some of you saw that video, that short that I made about taking an L, right? And you might be saying, wait, but Zanne, you said I should sometimes take the L. You said, no, but guys, in that video, I even wrote in a comment, Guti, I'm not saying just take the L because, the other person will like you. No, I'm saying when you're in an argument and you're in an argument with a person, or you're in a conflict with a person that already knows that you're right, with a person that already knows that you have the upper hand in the argument, but refuses to surrender out of ego, out of out of their shadow side that refuses to surrender, then in that case, that's why I said take the supposed owl, because it's not really an owl. You're good. You know this person knows. So it's actually not an owl. Okay? So yeah, that was just an example. Some of you are not really people that attach yourselves to other people like infinitely. You're able to engage with someone, enjoy someone's energy, and then at some point detach from them, detach from their energy, and move on with your life. But society tells you that that's wrong. You's a hoe. You shouldn't do that. Like, you should be looking for one person and attached to them. Again, this is not a dig at people that have found one person. We're different, guys. That's what I'm trying to show you. Like, it's just that for this example, I'm not talking about the married people. I'm talking about the people that seem to easily attach but also detach from other people. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your nature. Like, awuzenzi, to be honest, it's just the way you are. But if you're going to listen to society telling you that you're wrong for that and ultimately hating that part of yourself, and therefore being in relationships where you have been bored not bored, but you have been detached, which will ultimately bring feelings of boredom and bitterness and disdain for the person that you're with, again, it's not their fault. It's just because you have now conditioned yourself that how you originally were is wrong and you're trying to be something you're not because you think no one will love you like that. And the idea that there's a certain part of you that could love you for that is so foreign. It's so, there's no ways. To the point where you tell yourself, even if a certain part of yourself did love you like that, it wouldn't be enough. Abantu abahamba nenzunza do not learn love from the outside first. You guys learn love from the inside. The blueprint, yothando, ihamba nenzunza. That's where you learn to determine if someone outside of you actually loves you, if someone outside of you actually cares for you, because of the love that you've allowed yourself to receive within from Inzunza. But if you shun that and you're not able to connect to that, then you might as well be like everybody else ongahambi nenzunza, because wena uthando ulufunda ngaphandle. And which means you're basazogila ke son, because kuyafiwa la ngaphandle. Kuyafiwa la ngaphandle. And a lot of people outside don't know what real love is. And a lot of people, I didn't say everybody, maybe you're lucky to connect to someone who did connect to Inzunza yabo, or another entity that teaches about love internally, and they were able to love you in that way that emulates elevated love, love as a state of being, love that is more than just an emotion, love that allows the loved one, love that allows the beloved to expand, love that allows the beloved to transform, to change, to explore different states of being. Nzunza allows that. As abantu bahamba nenzunza, you are so lucky. It's such a blessed thing. Like, Nzunza is like, yazi, the sweetest part of life. It is the honey of life. If I hambi nenzunza, I'm sure there's something else. There's other entities that you walk with that emulate the same type of energy. But singoba like we refer to it as Nzunza Aisha Myazini. Like, Nzunza is the honey of life. It's the sweetest part. There's no teacher like this. Like, patient, like extraordinarily patient, and unconditionally loving. You can't not be the best version of yourself when you connect Nzunza. Yeah, that's what I have for you guys. If the reading resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to book a personal reading, all the information is in the description box.